10 years after we vowed to live a life without children, my husband Daniel shattered our marriage. His lover, a woman named Claire, was pregnant. She confronted me in a dimly lit diner, her voice sharp as she said, "If you don't want kids, that's your choice, but don't hold Daniel back." Her words crashed over me, leaving me reeling. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. Why had I agreed to a childless life? Then it came back to me. During a routine medical exam before our wedding, Daniel learned he couldn't have children. To shield his ego, I buried the truth, claiming I wanted a life free of parenthood. I'd carried that lie for a decade. Daniel, racked with guilt, confessed, "Lina, I love you, but I need to be a father." His words were a quiet knife. I didn't fight him. I filed for divorce and let him go, wondering if I should ever reveal the medical report I'd hidden all those years. Claire wasn't a stranger. She was Daniel's assistant, fresh from university, with a confidence that matched her youth. When she called me to meet, I wasn't shocked. She sat there, her belly swollen, radiating triumph. "I'm carrying Daniel's child," she said. "You chose to be selfish, but I'm giving him what he wants." I stared at her, dizzy with the irony. I remembered why I'd lied, Daniel's crushed expression when the doctor delivered the news. To spare him, I'd sacrificed my own truth. Now I just murmured, "Maybe lay off the coffee while you're pregnant," and walked out. Back at my sister's apartment, I dug out the faded report from a shoebox in the closet. Daniel's infertility stared back at me in stark black ink. I laughed, a bitter, freeing sound. As my sister peeked in, puzzled. I'd known about Daniel's affair for months. The signs were clumsy, late-night texts, the faint whiff of unfamiliar cologne, a receipt for a dinner I hadn't shared. Our marriage, once vibrant, had dulled under the grind of routine, and his family's relentless hints about grandchildren. I'd suggested a child-free life, and he'd agreed. Proof, I thought, of his love. But that was gone now. When I told him Claire had visited, he barely flinched. "Oh," he said, as if it were nothing. That "oh" erased my last doubts. I demanded a divorce. He didn't resist. We split our assets, half the house's value, a tidy sum of $800,000. I knew he'd scraped it together by gutting his fledgling business. On the day we signed the papers, he said, "Lina, I love you, but my parents need a legacy." I nodded, hiding my smirk. Let him discover the truth in time. Claire waited outside the courthouse, flaunting her pregnancy like a trophy. She waved a marriage license application. Daniel explained, "It'll simplify things for the baby." I laughed. "Congrats," I said, then left for the airport. With my share of the money and no job tying me down, I'd quit the day after filing. I booked a flight to Seattle, a city I'd always wanted to explore. Walking along the waterfront, the salty air washing away Daniel's memory, I felt unshackled. At a cozy bar that night, I sipped wine and chatted with strangers, savoring my newfound freedom. Then I heard sobbing. A man sat on a bench, head in his hands, a silver ring glinting under a streetlight. Drunk on courage, I approached. "Did she cheat?" I asked. He glared, eyes red. "No, she died." I winced, sitting beside him. His name was James, a widower from Atlanta. His wife, weakened by a chronic illness, couldn't bear children. They'd planned to adopt, but she passed away weeks ago. This trip was meant for them both. His story tugged at me, and I shared mine. We were two souls adrift, seeking something new. "You shouldn't hide your dreams for others," he said. I nodded. "I want a child now, on my terms. Seattle's clinics are top-notch for IVF." He raised an eyebrow. "Adoption's tough for a single guy like me." An idea sparked. What if we teamed up? A practical marriage, legal support for my kid, a family for you. He hesitated, then shook my hand. Deal. I stayed in Seattle, selecting a donor, tall, educated, anonymous. 3 months later, I returned to Atlanta pregnant, my family stunned but supportive. "Daniel's a fool," my mom said. "But this? You're doing it alone?" I grinned. "Not quite." I told them about James and Daniel's infertility. They howled with laughter. "Karma's patient." my dad said. As my pregnancy progressed, James and I grew closer, handling paperwork and baby prep. What began as a pact softened into something more. One night, assembling a crib, his hand brushed mine. My pulse quickened. I wasn't ready to name it though. Daniel's betrayal still lingered. At 8 months, I bumped into Daniel at a clinic. "A boy born last night," he beamed, then froze, eyeing my belly. "You're pregnant?" I shrugged. "Divorced life suits me." He bristled. "Married already? That was fast." I snapped. "You wed Claire the day we split. Spare me." He stormed off, humiliated. When my son, Ethan, arrived, James was there, gifting him a tiny necklace and a name meaning strength. My parents adored him. News trickled in. Daniel and Claire's marriage was crumbling. She'd botched a deal at his company, costing millions. He wanted it out. She clung to the kids. I smiled. The truth could wait. Months later, at their daughter's naming party, I delivered my gift, the infertility report. Daniel's fez collapsed as he read it. Chaos erupted. He struck Claire. She fought back. Their children wailed. I handed the paper to his mother and left, the explosion I'd ignited echoing behind me. Outside, James found me. "You okay?" he asked, his concern grounding me. I hugged him, whispering, "Thank you." He held me close. "We're a team, Lina." For the first time, I believed in a future worth trusting, one with Ethan, James, and me.
If Lina's journey from heartbreak to triumph resonated with you, give this video a thumbs up. It means the world to us. Loved seeing her drop that truth bomb on Daniel? Hit subscribe for more stories. And hey, we want to hear from you. What would you have done with that infertility report? Spill it now or savor the chaos later? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it.